because he's been found out. So the squirrels are going, the vervets are going, and those vervet monkeys were also going. So he's now, see how his tail's curled? He's like, oh, I've been seen. And as we know, leopards do not always want to be seen. He's gonna walk, oh, and oh, thank you, my boy. Let's do this. What I'm gonna do, because he's laid down, is I am going to reverse a little bit. There's a little spot that I can get into so that we can get a nice front view. Are we ready, Ferg? Okay. Let's just go back here. Now, the tracks that I had this morning during rehearsal, sort of at the last 5 minutes of rehearsal, it would make sense that we didn't find him in those last 5 minutes. I don't know if you guys can see this drainage line that's down here behind me. It's very, very thick, and it's one of those areas where you kind of have to know exactly what you're up to. Oh, this is gonna be beautiful, everybody. Are we happy? I'm pretty sure I'm right on that ID. If there's anyone that thinks I've ID'd wrongly, please let me know, but I'm counting the spots. Looks like a 5-5 on either side, and that dewlap is quite large. The only reason why I'm saying triple check is because quarantine was not far from here today, and I have only seen quarantine once. And I've also never seen Tumba. But this to me looks like Tingana. Especially with that little nose and everything. Yeah, and then he's got that beautiful yellow ring and then the blue in the middle of the eyes. And you see how he's got that speckling on his nose? And that dewlap is huge. He's so annoyed right now. Look at him. He's like, oh, everything knows I'm here. The people know that I'm here. The squirrels know. The vervet monkeys know. Oh, everyone, I'm just as excited as all of you. I'm not going to lie. I'm very excited. Now, since he's been found out, I don't know if you noticed when he walked along, he's not starving, but he hasn't eaten recently. So part of his annoyance is that there's a lot of food in this area. There's nyala, there's impala, there's bushbuck. There's quite a bit. There's waterbuck that are around. So with all of this alarm calling, his ability to hunt anything is shattered until a little bit later, until it gets a bit darker. It's one of the reasons why he's probably lying down now and just sort of waiting for everything to stop staring at him. We've talked about this a little bit the other day, and for anyone that watches the show often, you would obviously pick up on this. We were talking about normal leopard behavior. This is a typical normal leopard. I was moving about in my little concealed fashion, and I've been found out. So they do one of two things in this scenario. They either walk away with sort of ears back and tail curled high, and they just keep going, or they do what he's doing, which is to lie down still in the thickets, and just sort of waiting for the symphony of alarm calls to die down, and then he will move on. And because it's a cloudy, overcast day and the wind is swirling, actually not too far from here, about 80 meters from here, is a herd of nyala, but they haven't started barking, alarm calling, or moving. They're just looking in the general direction where the guinea fowl were calling, and that's because they haven't smelled him or seen him yet. So they'll be hyper vigilant and aware, but they won't have moved off yet. BB, good question. Go and check out his area in Juma, and he smells at Hukumuri male. One of two things going to happen. He's either going to decide, yes, I don't need this piece of territory, and he'll concentrate somewhere else, or he'll decide, this isn't on, this is still my territory, I do still care about it, come, let's move, let's go, and he'll hunt down that Hukumuri male, and they'll have fights. Two male leopards fighting, you can hear it for kilometers. It is hectic. It is absolutely hectic. Actually, epic. There we go for your apple juice game, everybody. It's epic. And yeah, you'll definitely, and it will go on for days and days and days and days, and then it'll dissipate for a couple of days, and then it'll keep going on, and it just depends on which male gives up first and which male moves on as to see what the end of it is. Now, we have elephants alarm calling quite a bit behind me, not close to me, but close enough. And remember, Hassana was still seen in this area, and we all know that Hassana, who's Tingana's son, has a little bit of a love affair going on with dear old dad here. They're not always together. It's not like lions, but they do have a tendency to be around each other often. And I don't think it's Tingana's choice. I think it's Hassana sort of seeing him and being like, oh, I like you. Will you be my buddy? And Tingana's like, oh, since you're not territorial, I'll allow you to be in my vicinity for now. Can we hear those elephants in the back? I'll stop talking. I think it's too far. Basically, they're going,